The holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Freezer.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing.
It's Tuesday. Tuesday. You can't make that one exciting.
Yes, I can.
Not Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It is exciting for some people.
It is exciting for some people. Actually, most people prefer this day
Over all the rest
of our show, yes, than
over
any
every
other
day.
Any day.
Even Fridays.
Because they'd rather hear our guest, the one and the only. Well, I'm not going to do it that way. We're going to start everything off right. We're going to go into that. We have the people that usually show up and
like they take 5 minutes to get in.
Yeah. I didn't say nothing about nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing about nothing. Welcome.
What's taking you so long?
Oh,
Me?
that's what's playing. No, not you. I haven't played the intro.
No, you haven't.
Are you ready?
Do it.
Are we ready?
We're done.
Are we ready?
Do it. I'm ready. Fine. Thank you.
We're just jumping right into it. Miss Kari Malinak hanging out with us
Hello.
tonight as usual.
Yeah, buddy.
You can find her at Kari Malinak on the Twitters.
That is true. That is completely
That is true. You can find us at DOAE Show.
Yes.
Make sure you use the hashtag #ArmYourselves. You can find us on the Facebooks, Twitters, and the MeWees.
Uh-huh.
That's where we hang out the most.
Yes. Oh, you can also find us on the D Lives. It's dlive.tv/Defenders Live.
Yes.
No, we didn't make it like that. That's just
the
they're,
way it
they're
rolls.
D Live and we're Defenders Live. That's just how
It's
this
just,
works.
it literally was a matter of convenience
Yep.
or
Too
coincidence.
cool.
Too
It's
cool for school.
lovely. Loverly.
Lover boy, what?
Are we gonna
Already a dumpster fire?
already a dumpster fire?
Already. Come on now. You know,
Dumpster.
we don't waste time. We
no,
get
never.
right to the
Right to the chase.
square out the deal. Okay.
All right. So,
You want to roll this?
I mean, what are we doing?
We're doing
What
this.
do you wanna do?
I'm trying to share everything. That's why I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm stalling.
Yeah. Okay, we can do this.
Do you want to do this one right
Yes,
here?
we can do
There's
this.
a wonderful little article.
That Kari actually brought to us.
Yeah.
She thought it was a good
Yes.
idea.
It's going to be a good idea. So, how
I
about
got
this?
your good idea.
The 10 things you can't vote for while following Jesus.
These are 10 things you can't vote for.
I feel like we should have like prepped this better to make it sound like remember like Leno, the list that you would do the 10 things and it have that would have been great,
Yep.
wouldn't it?
If I could just do an echo effect, I could be like,
10 things you can't vote for and follow Jesus.
it'd be nice, but
So I think you have to really preface this with the way that the article does, because it's so great and demeaning and condescending that I mean no one does it quite as well as the author of this article.
I think you're
or
right.
she, is it he or she, or maybe I'm being
It's Tim.
mean by
His name
just
is Tim.
assuming it is a him. It's Mark.
What?
Mark Sandlin.
What?
Mark Sandlin.
Are we on a different thing then? Maybe I'm looking at a different thing. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was looking at a different
He
thing.
was looking at the wrong
I'm
I
thing.
looking
really
at the
was
one I
looking at a
sent
different
you.
thing.
He really was.
I really was. Jeez. Look at me.
Welcome to the show, Steven.
Hey, thank you very much.
So glad to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, good. So, so 10 things you can't vote for while following Christ.
But again, you have to read. You have to. It's the being
All right, fine.
Christian, and it's in quotations. Being Christian means, in quotations again, being little Christ. Put even more succinctly, it means following Jesus, also in quotations.
Oh, no.
Can
Kari,
you actually
Kari,
do
Kari,
things on this list? What?
Kari, hold on. You got to do it. Like, if you're going to do it, you got to do the
you're gonna do it,
attitude and everything.
Do it right.
All right. Okay. Let me.
You got to do the attitude.
Okay.
I mean,
take two.
Take two. All right.
Okay.
3,
All right.
2, 1, go.
Being a Christian means being a little Christ. Put even more succinctly, it means following Jesus.
I feel
Can you
demeaned and abhorrent.
Oh wait,
right
it's
now.
gonna be. I'll do better. I'll do better at demeaning you. Okay. Can you actually do things on this list and call yourself a Christian? Well, of course.
Yes.
Sadly, people do it all the time. Are you following Jesus when you vote for these things?
Nope.
Nope. And
like
you know
that.
what? And the dumbest thing is that Mark forgot a question mark. That is a question.
Yeah, that
Are
was
you
a
following
question.
Jesus when you vote for these things? Period. What?
Yeah.
No, it needs a question mark. Just basic grammar, Mark.
You
Come
know,
on.
I was gonna say, you know what else you're not following is proper punctuation, Mark. Good lord.
Oh, grammar.
Thank you.
God bless America. This is all right.
Yes.
So we're gonna start this. Number 1.
Number 1.
Anti-LGBT laws.
Ask
Ask
yourself.
No, let her read it. It's
Who
fine.
would Jesus discriminate against? Which is totally true.
No.
He was not discriminatory,
No, he wasn't.
but he also was not condoning.
Wait, condoning? You mean
Wait. Huh?
what is this condoning thing?
What
you-
is condolences?
For those of us that didn't go to the fancy seminary, what
How
is-
do you do or do not
What-
condone?
Yes. What do you mean he didn't condone?
Condone.
Okay. So
That sounds
So
bad.
as Mark continued, I'm gonna go ahead and just read what he wrote. As you think about the answer, keep in mind that while the Pharisees encouraged discrimination against women, tax collectors, the poor, and even Samaritans, Jesus went out of his way to radically include them all. Now go and do likewise. So he's saying that Jesus went and hung out with sinners. Absolutely
He
true.
did.
Yes.
He went and hung out with the people that the church people said were not good to hang out with.
He did.
Absolutely true.
Yes.
But did he go out? I mean, think about the woman at the well that had, he says, bring your husband, and she says, I have no husband. He says, yeah, I know, you've had 5.
You said
and,
that
and
right.
He tells her, don't sin anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
He gives her his word.
Carrie.
Look.
Come on. Look. Go and sin no more. Like people can do that. Come on. I mean, really.
Right.
Like,
And he made friends with tax collectors, and it was Matthew that was a tax collector,
yes.
and he did not condone that. He didn't accept it, and he didn't stop hanging out with Matthew, but he said, "Come follow me."
Yeah.
And he invited Matthew into a life of forgiveness and of leadership within.
So what you're saying is he didn't say, come sail away.
Come sail away with me.
That's right.
No, no, he did not.
I was hoping.
Darn.
He was on a boat for a while.
He was. Number 2. Turning away immigrants. Something you won't vote for.
Sorry, stop. One more time.
Hold on.
Number
Hold
2.
on. Oh, yeah, make it. Number 2. Things you can't vote for while following Jesus. Turning away immigrants.
Thank you.
This one irritates the snot out of me, so I'm gonna let you all handle this one.
No good.
Christian heritage runs through Judaism. We are an immigrant people. Even our religion began in other lands. Our spiritual ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, were told by God to pick up what they had and start traveling. Moses, Miriam, and Aaron led a nation out of Egypt into the desert and ultimately to new lands.
No, there were. Sorry, my eye is twitching right now. Forgive me. There's
Even Jesus spent part of his childhood as a foreigner in a foreign land.
because he was running for his life. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was sorry. Please continue.
Calm down, please.
All right, it gets better.
Please calm down. As Exodus says,
Okay, hold on. Old Testament, Jesus back to Old Testament. All right.
Thank you.
This guy does not understand, apparently, how to tell a story. You start at the beginning and you work your way to the end. You don't bounce all over the place.
Man, he bounces. He's got to bounce. He's got to bounce in his step.
I'm sure he's got a light in the loafers.
As Exodus says, we know how it feels to be foreigners in a foreign land. If you don't think being a foreigner in a foreign land is still our story, ask the Native Americans. At best, turning away immigrants makes us hypocrites. At worst, it makes us betrayers of our ancestors and our God.
Okay.
You okay?
No, I'm not.
You wanna
so just...
release? Do you need to vent out a little bit?
Ay, Dios mío. Okay. So I'm trying to figure this out here because if the way he's trying to put this is that basically every human in everywhere is in some way or another an immigrant. Mm-hmm. That's everybody. Okay,
yes.
Can we all say that that's what he's saying is all peoples? Everywhere. Yeah.
Thank you.
Rock your body. Yeah, we got it. Okay. But if every all of them are immigrants to one extent or another, then how come the Native Americans are the only ones that are supposedly been here the entire time? I'm just curious. You mean to tell me they didn't migrate?
Native Americans would, different tribes would kill one another.
Oh, yes.
And take the land from one another.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. But they're okay.
They're fine.
No
problems.
They're not.
It's also,
and we didn't actually take their land away. They sold it to us because
they were robbed.
They laughed at us like these people can actually think they can buy land.
Yeah. And when you
sure, we'll take their money.
Sure.
It's really frustrating, just the misuse of the biblical people. If I say biblical characters, I don't mean it in a mythological sort of way, but the people within, the characters within Scripture, the people within Scripture, to use them. I mean, this is just political agendizing to the max.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's lying
so
too.
Irritating.
It's straight up lying.
Because it's a completely different time, different period, different cultural context.
Yes.
There's so much wrong. And in going back to it, just even the immigrant. Mm-hmm. The whole turning away immigrant. People are not turning away immigrants. We're pushing away illegals, people who've broken the law. Everything is set up in here. Like, let's go just for the example of like Abraham and Sarah and then Moses and all that. Mm-hmm. They eventually landed in Canaan. They went to a land that wasn't, air quotes, theirs. Okay? If you're going to accept that was okay, let's look at the actual core where it started. God told them to go there, which means the literal creator of the entire universe said, no, you can have that spot. Argue with him, why don't you?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It was theirs if God said, this is the land that I'm giving to you and
because it was his to give.
Generations to follow, then it is. I mean, it's the promised
land. Literally.
But it's just frustrating. And Jesus, it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Look, if you're one of those people that are looking at this and hearing what we're talking about and seeing, turning away immigrants is bad, and just stop listening.
It's not very Jesus.
Just stop listening. You don't understand Christ, but you also don't understand conservative values. But there are some people who do. Those people are over at Patriot Mobile. You see, they're a conservative company, and as conservatives, they stand together with us to fight for our freedoms. While we have more and more members are actually going to Patriot Mobile than are going to Joe Biden's campaign rallies. They still need you to join and give them their support. Or give them support today. I support them, and they support me. My cell phone service, which is amazing. It's wonderful. It's a mutual benefit.
Y'all are servicing each other.
We service each other. And how we do that is, one, they give me great cell phone service. And in turn,
you give them money.
I give them money. And that money goes to help, protect the Second Amendment, protect the First Amendment, protect your right to life, protect pro-life setup. Oh, also the border and immigration
whole
laws
immigrant thing.
And that whole thing that we were just talking about. Yeah, it helps support laws that go to that. If you think that maybe this is something you want to support instead of supporting everybody else that does all the crap that you don't like, you should give them a call. Go to 1-877-367-7524. That's 1-877-367-7524. Or go to the website at patriotmobile.com/mojo50. When you do that, you can go and use the promo code. What is it? 5? I think it's 5.
Yes,
I think it's 5.
5.
Yes. And you can do
five.
Moto
Then
Z3
5.
Play. Yeah, you can do Moto Z3 Play for $5 a month. Actually, for a limited time only right now, you can actually buy a Moto Z3 Play for only $10 a month and get a buy one, get one, and activate a new line of service.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice.
It's not fake news.
That's
you can
not
do it.
fake. What?
Not fake You can buy a Moto Z3 Play and get buy one, get one for $10 a month. Free line of service, the whole deal. Why wait? Check them out today. 1-877-367-7524, 1-877-367-7524, or patriotmobile.com/mojo50.
That's true.
Yes.
Oh, there are so many tweets. Okay. Picky Bull, Snarky Jackhole. When was Jesus in a foreign land? His family moved from the Roman province of Judea to
Yes.
the Roman province of Egypt. It's like moving from New York to Florida.
Yeah.
Kind of. Let's see. Doc Thompson got ran over by an Amtrak. Can you join Patriot Mobile without the slight Indian accent?
Yes, you can. They don't have the Indian accents. They actually are American.
We are being picked on for doing Backstreet Boys.
That's fine. Bye. That's all for you.
You know what was bad is just now I was trying to think of a 98 Degree song and I couldn't think of it.
Wow,
I figure if
really?
we're going to go down the boy band from the
Dude.
90s, let's go all the
Oh my
way.
gosh, I forgot that was a band.
See?
See, that's what happened. And
You could have gone New Kids on the Block.
Oh, that would have take it back to where it began.
Only if you've got the right stuff.
Oh, Kari,
Kari with the
yes.
Also, Zig wants to know, why does Kari have framed frames?
Because she's in
Frames. Oh, yes, I do.
You have a frame inside of a frame. Yes.
Yes, I do, because it looks cool.
Zig, we know that Bye 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 was in sync. We did that on purpose.
Wow.
You know what's bad is that Zig is correcting us on the boy band lyric
Yep.
and where it came from.
Yep.
Wow.
Love you.
Wow.
It's rough.
Number 3.
Hold on. That's
Okay,
mine.
this one drives me nuts also, but this drives... Well, go ahead and
They all
introduce it.
Number 3 of the 10 things you can't vote for while following Jesus, letting people go hungry.
Okay, when have you ever seen a law that says, hey, let's let people go hungry?
I have.
I've never seen that law,
I
and
have.
I've never known a
I
Christian
have.
to say, let's let people go hungry. What? Go ahead.
Stop. In New York,
Oh, yeah.
there are laws in
You
New
cannot,
York.
yep.
You cannot feed the homeless anything that you've prepared from home. If it's canned, any of the rest of it, you personally cannot feed them.
Yep. They were
my
doing
gosh.
it. Actually, they did it in Raleigh. I don't know if they actually made it a law and make it stick, but there was a thing in Raleigh, it was either Raleigh or Durham, where they tried saying that they couldn't feed the homeless there because it
Same
wasn't
thing.
prepared and
Because
health
it was,
organizations
they had
and
no
cleared.
salt bias and everything else.
Yeah.
Because it might
Yeah.
be too salty.
Yeah, I think it got
You're
cleared.
right.
Here's the
You're
fun-
right. There is a law to let people go
Yes.
hungry
Yes.
in New York.
Yeah.
in hell. Here's what I find funny. Here you go. Can I just I don't know if y'all caught this. I don't know if you caught this because we haven't actually started the paragraph yet, but
Nope,
just to
nope,
see if
yep,
you
yep,
caught it. I'm going to read again. This is the title of the article or the blog. 10 things you can't vote for while following Jesus.
Now.
Jesus, right? We're talking Jesus.
Underneath
The
3.
first thing he says, Gandhi said. What Gandhi didn't believe in Jesus.
Gandhi did not believe in
He
Jesus.
there's your accent, by the
He
way.
thought
Just saying.
Jesus was a. He thought Jesus was a nice man.
He did. He thought he was a nice man. That's all he thought it was.
See, Gandhi said, there are people in this world is so hungry that God cannot appear to them except in the form of bread.
Politically, hunger causes problems with education, production, and
So many
civil
of these. That's all you
behavior.
can do is just move on, right?
Which, God, I can't, because if I don't, my eye's going to pop out of my head. Which are all necessary for a successful nation. More importantly, for Christians, Jesus said, when we feed the hungry, we're feeding him.
That's right. When we feed the
Yep.
hungry. He also said,
I have not met one single Christian that said, I want people to go hungry.
That's
Not
yeah,
one.
that's
Right.
the thing. It's not that there are laws. It's that there isn't a single person that's offered, Christian wise, that is offered to help feed people. That's garbage. We
That
know
is
it's
garbage.
Number 4.
I want to write. No. We're not number 4ing yet. I want to write Mark.
Carrie's like,
I want to
"You
write
wait."
him and tell him, you're absolutely right. Here are the laws against feeding people in this place, because thank you for reminding me of those. I completely forgot about those.
Yep.
I guess
I just had a genius
where I've
idea.
lived. Well, I lived in New Jersey. That's a pretty liberal state.
That's not a
But
good place. Not a good place.
No.
um,
I had a genius idea.
What's that?
What? And I know Carrie's got a boatload of other stuff to do, but how awesome would it be
Yeah.
for a rebuttal blog of the
Oh.
of either a breakdown of all the wrongs in this, which is easy to do, or
very
a
simple.
complete opposite of no. These are the 10 things that you
These are the things you should vote for and why.
and be everything. It's it could be all the same stuff, just the actual
Number
proper
3,
angle.
letting people go hungry.
Yeah. Don't let people go hungry because
Don't
you
let
don't.
people
You're
go
feeding them. Keep doing that.
Keep feeding them no matter what the
Yes.
government says.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be amazing.
ooh, it's
Actually,
so frustrating.
You know what's funny? At church this weekend, they were talking about how you should follow the rule of the government as long as it follows God's rules.
Yeah, once it deviates,
The moment it deviates, like you should be subservient to your government because it's God-given authority.
yes.
Right.
Until they push that authority beyond the bounds of the rules of God, and then you follow God's rule, not theirs.
Yep.
This is
Right.
one of those times.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Just incredible.
It is.
Ooh.
Number 4.
Mark Turbin. I'm
Mark
committing
Turbin.
this. No, Sandlin, not Mark Turbin. Mark Sandlin.
Mark Sandler.
We apologize, Mark Turbin.
We don't know who you
We
are.
don't know who you are, but our
Mark
apologies.
Turbin, I have no beef with you. It's Mark Sandlin.
Turbin, you're good.
Turbin's
you're good.
fine. Sandlin, not so much. Number 4. Favoring the rich over the poor.
Wait.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like the one beforehand that I just don't remember any rules or laws in place that said we need to favor the rich over the poor.
In instance, there's biblically we are supposed to not do that,
Yeah.
and that's true, and that's understandable.
But
but there aren't. But well,
in real life.
practically there are technically laws in place that create a lot of things for certain companies that are tied to the government who are multi-rich and
But
faceted.
you're coming back to the government as being the actual problem.
The government is
and
the
is
problem.
the problem.
Yes, the government is the problem.
You know, when you have the authority allowing you to do things you shouldn't be allowed to do, that goes back to the following the law up to a point. Theoretically, the companies, even though it's in their favor, should be like, that's not right and legal. I should not be doing this. Obviously,
Don't
it
you
benefits
think-
them and they're going to, but
Right.
Don't you think that that's like the laws where companies or like where senators can do insider trading, but it's illegal for us?
Yeah.
But it's completely legal for them. That sort of stuff. Those are loopholes that are built in by the people making the laws. Like I don't remember ever being allowed to vote on whether or not senators should be allowed to do insider trading while
Yeah.
Martha Stewart goes to jail.
Yeah. Poor
we,
Martha.
we never did, but they did.
poor Martha.
Right.
Martha.
So that's not something that we are voting for or against.
No.
And for anyone who, is claiming that, clearly this is not a religious article. This is a political article.
Right.
Under the guise of religion, which is just gross. But is that the music?
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
And we haven't even gotten through, we're
We've
not
gotten
even
through
half
4
done.
of these.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back. We've got more. Hold on tight.
Don't go anywhere. You do your thing. I opened it. I'm gonna talk to Kari anyway. That's fine. Yeah, I can do it now. I am. Okay, good. So there. Yeah, fine. We're good. We are good. Oh.
Isn't that the most irritating article?
Yes, and we're
Reading
not,
it again. I have not read it since
What?
I
What
sent it
happened?
to you guys.
Yeah, it's
'Cause it just pissed me off.
literally it's asinine at its highest level.
This is how you piss off a preacher.
Thank you, Michael Ruff. You were the man.
Thanks, Mike.
You were the man. The man. The man.
If
the
you
man
ever
with a
wanted to
plan.
know, if you ever wanted to know how to tick off a preacher, one of these lists is good way.
Oh, absolutely.
Good way.
Yes, and it's so frustrating that there are people in
who legitimately
major church
believe this?
bodies
Yes.
that would completely support this. I was listening to a sermon on my way in. It's so funny. I was telling our senior pastor and the music director how, I listened to, it usually is at least one whole sermon, maybe half of another sermon, totally different churches and stuff, but they're more of the some of the preachers have a little more of a liberal bent, but I'm like, all right, I can still listen and see what there is, and there might be something good. And more and more often, I'm just screaming at my radio as I'm driving to church. What are you telling these people? It's just awful. The last one that I listened to, it was a Methodist preacher out of Cincinnati, and his whole thing was that equality is the gospel, that the gospel is equality. And then he went into this whole LGBTQ thing.
Right.
That was his whole, that was the gospel, that gay, trans, bi, everything, they're equal.
Oh.
Did
That's
you
not
see
the
that?
gospel.
I just pulled that up too.
Hey, Kari.
This is why I love our people.
So good. Oh my goodness. Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak.
On point, man.
So on point. Speaking
Going
of
back to,
this list,
number 3.
Point number 3: letting people go hungry.
Mm-hmm.
2 Thessalonians 3:10.
Mm-hmm. What does that say exactly?
Let's go with we have the King James right there, so that's fine. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
So that's kind of opposite of the whole voting to let people eat or not eat, which is not something as also he mentioned.
That is a question. Are you willing to do work for your foods?
Yeah, that was the other thing that Doc Thompson got ran over by an Amtrak mentioned was that for number 3, the problem biblically is that you're not supposed to vote for that anyway.
That's not
not a votable.
That's not a votable thing. You're just supposed to do it.
Yeah,
That's supposed to be a personal matter.
That's a character trait.
Not
is what that actually boils
not
down
a government trait.
Yeah,
a character trait.
Anywho.
Oh, Sean Phillips wanted to know over on the Facebook, says, do you have a list of states that forbid you to feed the hungry? I don't.
Not offhand.
I know that New
We
York.
got to look that up.
I know New York is one.
New York is one of them, and there's certain small
cities,
small cities that'll
or large cities actually, but
do stuff. But no, we don't have a full list right now. It's probably something we need to.
Well, that might be one of those things that we just ask the listeners to kind of pull together.
Sorry, I was reading a tweet that
What
apparently
happened?
Homebound Slug has not listened to us enough. She says, Kari is fun. You need her back on once a month.
I am fun.
But it's
She's
the
on
once
every
a month
week.
part. She's on every Tuesday. It's
not every Tuesday, but
well,
most
almost every
Tuesdays.
Tuesday. Almost
Most
every
Tuesdays.
Tuesday. Most Tuesdays.
Most
That's-
Tuesdays.
So, if y'all want her only once a month, well, I'm sure she would love to spend more time with the family. And
I'm sure, but
but
she
just
likes
saying.
it here, I guess. I mean, she
She
keeps
did.
coming back. I don't know.
I do.
Well-
I do. And I just found, I'm looking for this. Hold on a second here.
Uh-oh.
It's not coming up, but I was finding the list of 26 cities
I'm coming
that
out.
don't allow feeding the homeless. It's from 2018 though. I'll find this out.
Oh, that's probably still valid.
It's probably grown since then.
Yeah.
So, moving on. Thank you. 10 things that you cannot vote for and still be Christian.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you know what? Before we do that, we got a couple of things we got to do. Okay.
We can't even clear 5.
No, let's not clear 5 because we're gonna get into it. We're gonna dig through, and then we're gonna get stuck in it. And
that sounds like Buddha Gig's life. Oh. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
I really didn't.
I'm on point today, aren't I?
Jeez, I did not want that image. Okay.
You're welcome.
So last week.
Oh yeah, we got to do this now because
Kari,
we won't have it later.
Last week we did this whole deal where, we're giving away our sign.
That sounds funny. We have a Mojo 50 logo handmade out of wood, painted beautiful from our friends over at Arcadian Flag. Facebook.com/Arcadian Flag.
Exactly. You can check them out over there. And
we drew a name.
We drew a number. We drew a number, and nobody claimed the number.
Nobody claimed it.
Now, once again, we knew who it was.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, you must claim it.
We want engagement, folks. That's what makes this show awesome, at least as far as we're concerned, is the engagement.
Will you?
Oh my God! I don't know what to say. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's what makes this show awesome, at least as far as we're concerned, is the engagement with you guys. And if you're not going to engage, then you don't get the prize. Sorry.
So I've got I've got tickets into Bird Box.
Into Bird Box. So we're gonna shaky shake shake.
I'm gonna shaky shake the Bird Box.
And you're gonna turn it over. And hopefully one falls out. Come on, fall out.
Fall out!
Give us unto us the ticket. There it is. Ticket.
One
Yay.
fell out.
Whoops. That one doesn't count.
No, that doesn't.
Ticket number 534117.
534117.
534117. If you are holding said ticket number,
if you have a ticket,
you have 1 week to get a hold of us.
And if you know it, any way that you know to get a hold of us.
And there's enough ways through the MeWe's, the Facebooks, through Twitter, through info@doaeshow.com is the email. There are all kinds of ways to get a hold of us. Reach out.
It's there. It's on the Facebook feeds.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
We will have it there, guys.
Please.
Claim it. Get your sign.
Name it and claim it.
Wow, we're going Joel Osteen now? We are talking about messed up doctrine everywhere else. We might as well bring Joel Osteen into it.
Painful hour.
Oh, gosh. That's funny. And
Number 5. Number 5.
Number 5.
10 things that you cannot vote for while following Jesus. Number 5.
Yes.
Advocating for war. There is a reason why Jesus was called the Prince of Peace.
Stop.
I haven't even got started yet.
Stop.
This is a big one.
To everything, there is a time and a place.
To everything, turn.
Yes, but that's
there is
not
a season.
The reason why it's part of that song is because it's in the Bible.
I know.
To everything, turn. Yes. There's a time and a place for all things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
There is a time for war. There is a time for peace. There all of these things. It's in the Bible, guys.
Oh, no.
But
here we go.
But Stephen, if you go to the end of this, it says in the end, love wins.
It does.
It does win.
It does.
In the end.
Here's how he goes. Thank you, Buddha Gig, again.
God.
First thing, here we go. Sure.
Stop him.
Listen, sure.
Sure.
You can quote, I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. And even 2 or 3 other verses.
Sword.
But they don't hold a candle to the more than 50-some verses where Jesus speaks about peace and peacemaking. This again, and this is what drives me nuts about this kind of stuff, is this is where context matters.
Yes.
Okay, first he goes, I didn't come to bring peace but a sword. Again,
Right.
Context.
There is context.
There is context.
Necessary context.
The peacemaking part, again, it's context. That, like you said from the very beginning, he didn't tolerate their sin.
At all.
Go and sin no more. That was his thing.
Right.
But it was all about being peaceful. Yes, you be the peacemaker. Turn the other cheek. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
But doesn't it really
that's
come
a
back
quote.
to
That's in the...
what is killing, what is murder, and it comes also back to what you guys were saying earlier with the governmental authorities
Yes.
having
Right.
an authority in place by God.
Yes.
Which I know, looking at our political system, you go, how in the heck is this by God? But it is in place by God.
Yeah.
Period. You know, we have parents, we have the church, and we have the government.
Yeah.
As you know, so we have like the mom, dad, whatever. We have authority figures given to us by God. He set the system in order like that.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. But there's a difference between...
Sometimes war happens.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a difference between defending your land
Yes.
or your property
Correct.
or your family in life from, an aggressive attacker and just slaughtering someone needlessly in the street for no reason.
Edward over on the Twitter is giving us an image of how to gird your loins in times of war.
Oh, good.
This was back in the day when men had to wear like the full-on cloth and everything.
Well, yeah, because they didn't have pants.
Right.
Trousers were not a thing.
And so instead
Bible
of
days.
well, yes, they didn't have trousers, but they had these big.
Ralph Lauren was not around at the time.
No, but they had these big, basically robes, and you have a belt on, and then what you do is you basically wrap it up like a diaper.
Yeah, well,
around your lower half, and so you'd gird your loins. That's what they meant,
Yeah,
Pull up your pants, boy.
that's pretty much what it is. Tighten the belt, then,
Yeah.
Chief.
Tighten your belt. Pull
Now
up
I'm
those
just
pants.
like stuck thinking of like the new Ralph Lauren loin girder on the
Yes.
market today. It's the new thing at Paris Fashion Week.
Well, actually, I would figure it came from Hugo Boss.
Oh. Can you imagine the commercial for it though? Moses is wearing it. What are you? It's
Please make that a real commercial.
Oh, we can.
I know you can.
So
Bad part
we've
is-
made audio commercials before.
the bad part is Chris is over on from Off Track is probably like writing
Listening
the
to us
script
right now. Yeah.
He's like genius,
So funny.
so good. All right,
That's awesome.
Moving on. Oh, this is good.
Moving on.
The 10
Before you
things.
move on, let me tell you about cat coolers.
Hurry up. Let's
Okay.
go. We got a lot to burn through still.
Look, these things are rugged. They keep your eyes cold for up to 7 days. They're made in the United States. They're fully customizable. They come in 5 different colors. What does that mean? They come in white, black, yellow, camouflage.
There's more.
Sorry, I
Just
got ahead of
fine.
myself.
Go over top of my voice then.
It was an accident.
Not only that.
But wait. There's more.
Thank you. That's where
welcome.
it goes.
Sorry. That's what she said.
No, it's not. Continuing
We
on.
got time. We're on the clock, man. Let's go.
Continuing on. These things have a lifetime warranty. It means that it doesn't matter what you do. If you try to destroy this thing, guess what? More than likely, they'll fix it again.
Or at least replace it with a new one.
Exactly. Along with that, go and check them out at catcoolers.com. It's catcoolers.com. Use my name, Steven, Steven, for your promo code, and you can get 10% off on the discount. That's catcoolers.com. Promo code Steven gets you 10% off.
Yay.
Number 5.
No, we're not on that. We're
Number
on number 6. Number 6 of the 10 things that you cannot vote for while following Jesus. Limiting access to health care.
Yep.
Because we know that was one of the biggest things that Jesus used to talk about when he was in there is, you love your neighbor as yourself. Follow God with all your heart, mind, soul, and
sure.
strength.
Yeah,
and
right.
make sure that you have perfect access to amazing health care.
Yes.
Because that was in there. I mean,
Yes.
that was part of the Sermon on the Mount.
Yes.
Why do you think there was the 5,000
right.
plus?
Feeding the 5,000.
Yes, that was part of it.
That was part
I
of it.
think that's actually in the 4th chapter of Hezekiah,
Hesitations.
which anyone who doesn't know, that's not a real book in the Bible.
That is in chapter 2 of Hesitations.
Good Lord. Healthcare was not an issue. Literally, biblical times, there was no such thing as healthcare.
Actually, there was no such thing as healthcare up until after the industrial era.
I was going to say, FDR.
No, not even then.
Not even then. No, but he definitely took taxes. But that's healthcare. Guys, healthcare? Really? Healthcare.
Yeah.
How are you going to sit here and imply that this is something that Jesus would have been for?
Yeah.
Because let's read, shall we? Because this is just a delight.
Continue.
Did you ever play the game Follow the Leader?
Sure.
If you don't do what the leader does, you're out.
Yep. Okay.
Following means you should imitate as closely as possible. I love how this guy talks to us like we're like
Just keep on
I
going.
told you, it's very condescending.
Keep on going with this paragraph, and then I got to state.
Okay. When people who are sick need care, Jesus gave it to them.
Okay.
If you are following Jesus, if we are following Jesus, we will imitate him as closely as possible. No, the government can't repeat the miracles he did, but I've seen modern medicine do things that are about as close to a miracle as I can expect to get. While the government can't do miracles, it can supply modern medicine.
You moron.
Jesus
Jesus said to imitate him, not give our power over to a government to imitate him.
Yeah.
He said we as individuals imitate him.
You mean having personal responsibility?
We have personal responsibility. We feed the poor. We don't force other people to pay taxes to then feed the poor.
Yep.
We don't force other people to pay taxes to then give health care. We see a need. We provide care for the need as individuals because we are not a
collective?
we are not
Take a breath.
We
Take a
aren't a
breath.
collected group.
It's always funny when Steven, very rarely does Steven get angry. It's always me, and this is actually a delight.
It's
actually.
so great
This
for
is
you, right? This is what
I
I,
get to
feel.
sit
all
back
the-
and go.
This is what I feel all the time.
This is the article. It's the article because it's so frustrating
But-
and moronic.
It's the idea that we as a collective have some sort of responsibility. No, we as a collective do not have a responsibility. As a collective, we are absolutely nothing other than two classes. You are either in Christ or you are not in Christ.
This he quotes in here every year 20,000 to 45,000 people die in the U.S. because of a lack of access to health care.
No, they don't die because of lack of access to health care because everybody can get health care if they need it. They would just get billed. And if they can't pay it, well, guess what? We fit the bill for it anyway.
Yeah, that's
it
how it works.
happens. Millions upon millions of people do
Yes.
it.
No, do you want to know who that 20,000 to 45,000 people actually are?
Who?
Those are the cats from the VA.
Yeah,
That's really where it's at.
that is. And that's not lack of access to health
Nope.
care. That's people dying because of health care.
Yeah, well, no, it is the lack of it because all they do, the VA, all they do is they throw Motrin at you.
Here's some Motrin.
Here's some Motrin, or here's some stronger narcotic that you should not be having, and we're not going to actually deal with the problem. We're just going to kind of here's a pill, go help yourself, and then the guy goes and blows his brains out in the parking lot.
Not cool.
That's what this is.
You know what might actually help a little bit is if people got on the CBD oils.
There's healthcare. Speaking of healthcare,
Speaking of healthcare, speaking of helping yourself, speaking of, providing a product or a service that actually helps people, CBD oils is one of those things that actually can do that. And over on mojo50.com/shop, you can buy CBD oils. Yes, they are clinically proven. Yes, it has been set up by, it has been tested by third parties. Yes, it can actually do what it says. And what is that? Well, it can help calm your nerves down. If you have
Kari, we're looking at
Kari,
I was just gonna say,
if you have
we should all.
we should all be taking notes. Yes,
if you've
exactly.
got joint issues, it can help with that. If you have tremors where you can't control your body overall, if you have brain fog, like you can't think clearly on a daily basis, it can help in these issues. Maybe you should give it a try. I'm not saying it's a cure-all. I'm not saying it's going to fix you. But what I am saying is that it could help. It could help something in your life. Check it out today. Go to mojo50.com/shop, mojo50.com/shop. Use the promo code Defenders, and you get $15 off the price.
Oh my goodness.
Back to the healthcare thing really quick. I think
Sure.
something to also remember, it was Christians that started like the hospitals,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
care centers. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Oh,
Wasn't the government.
Yeah.
you want to put that one up?
Yeah,
there?
Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak over on Twitter's. Luke was a doctor, and he did travel around with the rest of the apostles. So wouldn't that make him the healthcare provider?
Technically.
He didn't hang out with the apostles. He didn't travel around. He did after Jesus had died. He went and interviewed them, but he wasn't like one of the apostles that.
Well, but
maybe I'm just mishearing that.
Yeah, well, but he'd still.
Never mind. Just edit that out.
He traveled around with them. We didn't say what he did. He just traveled with them. He may be a traveling.
He was a doctor.
He was a doctor,
That's
and
what
he
we're saying.
went around, and so
Maybe
he was
helped.
a healthcare provider. I'm just saying. I don't know. Number 7.
7.
Oh, of the 10 things that you can't vote for
Yeah.
if you're following Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Devaluing education. Now, this one, you mean like switching from, changing facts?
No,
No,
stop. I've got this one. I need to read this one.
Oh, we're gonna read.
Good.
Oh, good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Hold on. Do we need to have?
No.
You sure you don't want music?
Sure, let's do it. Let's put it on. You got it?
I got it. Hold on.
Is it going? Okay, thank you. We learned in Proverbs that wisdom is something in which God delights daily. As a matter of fact, according to Proverbs, wisdom is better than gold. When you look at the percentage of our budget which goes to education, and at what little help Congress is giving around student loans, it's pretty clear that delighting in wisdom is something our government is no longer does. To follow Jesus, we need to make education a priority. After all, he was a rabbi, a teacher. Does that make you cry? Is that
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
is that what it is? Are you dying? Are you okay?
I'm so sorry. I can't. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard him.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's so lame.
Okay, hold on. The student loans.
Yes.
You're a student. Pardon me, sir. I would like to go to school, but I can't afford it. Would you hand me money and I will pay it back?
Yes.
Yes, here's the money. Now pay me back. I can't pay you back.
I can't pay you back.
Because I don't have a real job because I took, a $180,000 loan out for underwater basket weaving.
And I really can't pay you back.
Because
Nobody wants to hire that.
Oddly enough, there's not a demand for underwater basket weaving.
So this also brings into question, what is wisdom? Because lots of people can seek wisdom and get wisdom. And in Proverbs,
It's not talking about intelligence.
No, it's not.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Not at all.
I'm getting ready to go there. Education is what? Learning knowledge.
Yes.
A plus B equals C. That's knowledge. Wisdom is knowing how to apply A plus B equals C. How does that old adage, not the old adage, but wisdom or knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that you don't put it in a fruit salad.
Yes.
That's funny.
That's the same thing, and that's what school is. Education is teaching you something you don't know. You're gaining knowledge. What you do with it in the real world, that's how you apply it. That's wisdom. You can't. The guy literally, and that's this whole thing. He just conflates things. He mixes and he blends, and it's look.
He mixes, absolutely. But something else aside from the whole voting, non-voting thing, this is talking about student loans. Going to college, going to postgraduate work or post-high school, higher education, that isn't a right.
Yeah.
It's a privilege.
It is very much a privilege.
And yay if you can do it. Yay if you want to do it. Not everyone does want to do it. Not everyone can do it.
Yeah.
But certainly, we've got a 16-and-a-half-year-old, and we talk to her about college and how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, and the costs involved, and and she's already saying, well, I think I'd like to go to a community college for a couple of years, get some of these classes under my belt because it's not going to cost as much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wisdom.
Well, yeah. And speaking of college and education, one of the companies that we work with, Combat Flip Flops, they do basically that. They bring a full-on education as well as commerce to war-torn areas. This is a veteran-run organization. These guys went through multiple tours into, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, all these places. They've set up shop now in these places, And not only are they building communities, but they're also funding women's education, making sure that people actually know what's going on, giving them jobs in the areas, and all the rest. If you'd like to be a part of the change that these guys are doing, check them out over at combatflipflops.com. See what they're doing, and if you like some of the products that they have, use the promo code Defender25, and you can get 25% off your first purchase. That's Defender25 over at combatflipflops.com. Get you 25% off.
That's true.
All right. Moving on. We got like 3 more to burn through, and the last one's going to be fun.
Oh, gosh. We got to really burn through it, too.
10 things you can't vote for and still follow Jesus. You can't support capital punishment, a.k.a.
You'll know.
execution.
This is really short. He has like nothing to offer here. He
Nope.
puts
Yeah.
it out there, but he has nothing to offer. And to dare
He
say
likes to
that
put it
Jesus
out.
died by execution, he was an innocent man, and every year innocent people die by execution in our nation. Wow.
You know what this does?
Just
This goes
wow.
back. This goes back to what the one we did about the education. A plus B equals C.
Yeah.
He's trying to. He has no idea that he doesn't actually have the right A, the right B, or the right C.
Number 9.
Number 9.
There you go.
Number 9. 10 things you can. Forcing your religion on others. One of the strengths Jesus taught was meekness. The faith he taught valued free will over compulsion
Yeah?
because that's how love works.
What is love?
Go to this next
Baby,
line.
don't hurt me. Compelling people to follow any religion, more or less your personal religion, stands over and against the way Jesus practiced his faith.
Does it really?
Stop. A, we don't compel people to follow any religion. In this country, no one is compelled to follow by law any religion.
Nope.
Correct.
B, Jesus actually said, come follow me. He didn't say, hey, I want you to hear me out. Think
Hey,
about this. He
bro.
didn't give an option, honestly. He said, come follow me.
Yeah, and he also
Fun.
didn't hold it by like a gun to his head either. Say, you will follow me. He's like, hey,
Come follow me.
come do this. It was, and he still left it the option up to the individual.
But he also
There
chose
wasn't
people
an
that...
option. He told them and they followed.
Well,
He
yeah.
commanded them. They followed. I mean,
Right.
call it what you will. They
Yeah.
didn't have an option. It's
It's-
not like he
it's
held
once
a
again-
gun to their head.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But he also just said, I mean, just like when Lazarus was dead in the tomb
Yeah.
and he said, Lazarus, come
Come
out.
out.
Lazarus didn't hang out in the tomb going, I don't know.
It wasn't a, hey, would you mind doing this
You
for
came.
me? It was literal, yeah. Okay, this is
Little girl, wake up from your slumber.
No, I'm all right.
Right, right.
Because he
Oh,
goes.
wait. Are you going to read the last
Yeah.
line of that paragraph?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this-
you,
this-
do it. You do it.
You
if
do it.
wanna
You got this.
Moi?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. This is just so special. Ooh, it just ticks me off. If you are using the government to compel people to practice your spiritual beliefs, you might be the reason baby Jesus is crying.
See, when I hear that phrase, the baby Jesus crying, I think of
Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Bobby.
That's right.
Talladega
Newborn
Nights.
8 pound 5 ounce baby Jesus laying there in the.
Dear Lord, baby Jesus.
He's laying there in his
Wow.
little.
Could this
this
dude,
sounds right.
Mark, not Turbin or Tubin.
Turbin.
Not Tubin.
Mark,
I'm Mark Tubin.
poor Mark.
Poor Mark.
Turbin.
Turbin.
But could Mark Sandlin get any more condescending? It is just unbelievable. Laying the tears of baby Jesus on you because of any of this. Shame on you, Mark.
And
Mark.
coming in.
Mark
at,
is now a swear word in my brain.
Mark.
Mark.
Coming in at
What?
number 10.
Number 10. Are we ready? We have
wait.
a drum roll.
Yes, we have a drum roll.
So for
and-
number 10 of the 10 things can't vote for and follow Jesus, Donald Trump.
I love his explanation.
C
C1 through 9. And that's it. The shortest set, period. Dude, this is. And we knew this was going to be painful. And the best part is like literally the timing. It couldn't get any better.
That was perfect. That was on point, guys.
Nothing but
Wow.
conflation and twisting and manipulation. And like you said, people believe this.
That once
there are
again-
people who follow this.
If you try to twist the words of God to fit your narrative,
You might be doing it wrong.
you're doing it wrong.
No bite about it.
All
Yeah.
right. We've got
Time for the numbers.
We got some numbers. Let's get them on.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your belt count grade for the day. Today is a Tuesday, September 10th, 2019. We had today 5 missed innuendo bells, 50 actual bells, 2 AOCs, 1 creepy Uncle Joe, 1 rim shot. Giving us an A for the day. Peace out and good night, y'all.
I like A's.
I like A's.
A's are
too.
good.
534117 is the raffle ticket number. Get a hold to us, guys. Claim your prize.
We know who it is, but
We
we're not
do.
telling. You have to claim it yourself.
Thank you always
Claim
to
it,
Miss.
claim it.
Yeah, name it and claim it. Thank you again, Miss Kari Malinak at Kari Malinak on Twitter.
That's right. We are at DOAE Show. You can also go to DOAEshow.com and Mojo50.com.
Mojo50.com. Guys, thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow night.
Peace.
God bless.